And let me say good morning to everyone. Good morning. Look, it's an honor and a pleasure to always be in Denver Harbor and to be here with you today. Deborah, thank you so very, very much. I see Steve Williams over there, with, Director of the Health Department for the City of Houston, so thank you. And then, Bill, it's good to be with you and Reliant one more time for another year. Bill talked about quickly approaching 50. You know, I passed that some time ago. But 50 is young, 60 is even younger, you know. So, age is but a number, it's the state of mind. It's good to be with State Senator Sylvia Garcia. Give it up to your state senator this morning. Thank you, Senator, for being with us. And give it also up to Council Member Carla Cisneros, who's with us representing District H. It's good to be with her this morning. But most especially, it's just good to be with each and every one of you. You know, there was a time in the city I grew up where we had the attic fans. How many remember the attic fans? You know, y'all remember those attic fans? You know, they kind of worked back then, but air conditioners will help out a little bit more. Or can you remember the time where you just slept with your head in the window? Y'all remember that time? And you pray for a cool breeze to kind of come along, Other times when you just make your own fan, you get some newspapers and you make your own fan and you just kind of fan yourself. But the reality is that you're just fanning that heat, okay? And that's all you're doing. The heat is just moving around. Those were those days. But we're working very hard to improve the circumstances for all of you and for so many people in our city. Reliant has demonstrated time and again that they are a company that cares about their customers and the well-being of those who live in their community. For the last 12 years, not just 2 or 3, but for the last 12 years, Reliant has sponsored our Beat the Heat centers. They are donating $25,000 to help the City of Houston's summer air conditioning program, which provides seniors who are living without an air conditioning with a new unit. Give it up to Reliant one more time, As fellow Houstonians, we all know that it gets hot here, and this is just beginning as we enter the summer months. Last year, we had 3 heat-related deaths, 3 in the City of Houston. And the fire department responded to 304 heat-related calls. That's a lot in the city of Houston. So we all need a plan to stay cool. During the beginning months of summer, especially in June, we see that individuals who work outside, such as laborers and those in construction, will suffer from heat-related illnesses because they are not drinking enough water and they are outside working during the hottest part of the day. I want to remind those who work outside and our athletes and runners to be sure they stay hydrated and try to adjust your schedule, work out in the mornings or work out in the evenings. We also find that our seniors and those who are disabled often suffer from heat-related illnesses during the months of August and September. So be mindful and check on your neighbors. That's one of the best things we can do. Know your neighbors and check on your neighbors, especially our seniors. And if you know they don't have an air conditioning, take them out to an area mall, library, multi-service center like the one where we are today, or some other facility so that they can get out of the heat for a few hours. Just those few hours outside of the heat can help save a life. And we don't want to get to the point where it's too late and we regret that we didn't do something. And that's why we want to try to provide as many air conditioning units as we can to keep people cool. We should also wear light-colored, loose-fitting clothes that permits the evacuation of perspiration. Every summer we say this, but I cannot say it enough. Do not leave children or senior citizens or pets unattended in a vehicle. Every summer we say it, every summer it happens. So just bear in mind, if a child is left in a car, or a senior, or an animal, or a pet, when you raise those windows up, you may not think it gets hot, but it can heat up in those vehicles very, very quickly. And again, I want to thank all of you for being here, and I want to remind everyone to not take a chance use the resources, including all of our cooling centers that are available to beat the heat this summer. And lastly, let me just say, especially to our seniors, because people are very conscious of their electricity bill, because oftentimes many of our seniors are trying to pay for their electricity, they're trying to pay for their medicine, they're trying to pay for their groceries, and so sometimes air conditionings are working, but sometimes we just don't turn the air conditioners on because we're trying to keep the electricity bill low. Let me just say to all of our seniors, I'd rather you stay alive and then come to us to seek help to pay on those electricity bills, rather than to be in your homes with working air conditioners, but you're not turning them on. So please turn the electricity on. Don't be in a house that's overheating, and don't overheat yourself and run the risk of having some medical problem or even losing your life. We love each and every one of you. I think we have a responsibility to do what we can to keep you cool during the course of the summer, because we all know it will get hot. And oftentimes it can be much hotter in the homes than where we live. So let's beat the heat. Thank you, Reliant, again for stepping up to the plate. And let's wish you all a very happy and enjoyable and a cool summer, okay?